Our first story begins in Sacramento, where fake electronics retailer Barnabas operated a sophisticated online store called Tech Deals Paradise that advertised high-end electronics at incredibly low prices through professional-looking website design and customer testimonials. He had been running online shopping scams for 9 years and developed convincing e-commerce presentations that combined legitimate product photos with fabricated customer reviews and fake security certifications to create the appearance of a trustworthy electronics retailer. His operation used stolen product images from legitimate manufacturers, sophisticated website design that mimicked established retailers, and extensive fake review systems that created artificial credibility for products that either didn't exist or were cheap knockoffs sold at premium prices. When tech enthusiast Cordelia discovered his website advertising the latest smartphone for half the retail price, Barnabas had created detailed product descriptions and customer testimonials that seemed to verify the authenticity of the electronics and the legitimacy of the substantial savings being offered. The website looked completely professional with detailed product specifications and hundreds of positive customer reviews that convinced me the deals were legitimate. Cordelia recalled about the online electronics purchase that promised substantial savings on high-end technology products. The customer service representative answered all my questions about warranty coverage and shipping procedures, and the website included security badges and certification logos that suggested the retailer was authorized and trustworthy. However, Cordelia discovered that Barnabas had been operating a comprehensive online shopping fraud while selling counterfeit electronics and collecting payments for products that were never shipped or were inferior knockoffs that bore no resemblance to the advertised high-end electronics. The operation involved sophisticated website creation, extensive fake review generation, and coordinated shipping delays that prevented customers from realizing they had been defrauded until after the fraudulent retailer had collected payments and disappeared. Investigation revealed that Barnabas's fake electronics operation had defrauded over 3,000 customers while collecting approximately $2 million for counterfeit products and non-existent electronics, leaving customers with significant financial losses and no legitimate recourse for recovering their payments or receiving the advertised products. Our second story takes us to Phoenix, where counterfeit luxury goods seller Evangeline managed an elaborate online boutique called Designer Dreams Outlet that specialized in selling fake designer handbags, jewelry, and clothing at prices that seemed too good to be true but were presented as authentic clearance merchandise. She had been running luxury counterfeit operations for 7 years and developed sophisticated product presentation techniques that combined high-quality counterfeit manufacturing with professional photography and detailed authenticity documentation that convinced customers they were purchasing genuine designer items at substantial discounts. Her operation involved extensive counterfeiting networks, sophisticated product photography studios, and detailed authenticity fabrication that created convincing certificates and documentation that supported claims of genuine designer merchandise being sold at clearance prices. When fashion enthusiast Horatio discovered her website advertising authentic designer handbags for 70% below retail prices, Evangeline had created detailed authenticity certificates and product documentation that seemed to verify the genuine nature of the luxury goods and justify the substantial price reductions. The website featured professional product photography and detailed authenticity certificates that convinced me the designer handbags were genuine clearance merchandise from authorized dealers. Horatio explained about the luxury goods purchase that promised authentic designer items at substantial savings. The customer testimonials included photos of satisfied customers with their purchases, and the website provided detailed information about designer authentication and quality verification that suggested the merchandise was legitimate and properly sourced. But Horatio learned that Evangeline had been operating a comprehensive counterfeit luxury goods fraud while selling sophisticated replicas that were manufactured to closely resemble authentic designer items but contained inferior materials and construction that became apparent only after extended use. Investigation uncovered that Evangeline's counterfeit luxury operation had sold fake designer goods to over 1,500 customers while generating approximately $1.5 million through sophisticated counterfeiting and authenticity fraud that exploited customers' desire for authentic luxury merchandise at affordable prices. Our third story unfolds in Denver, where fake pharmacy operator Lysander established an online medication store called Global Health Pharmacy that advertised prescription medications at significantly reduced prices without requiring valid prescriptions or medical consultations. He had been running illegal pharmacy operations for 11 years and developed convincing pharmaceutical presentations that combined legitimate medication information with fabricated licensing documentation and fake medical credentials that created the appearance of a licensed international pharmacy. His operation involved sophisticated medication counterfeiting, extensive fake licensing documentation, and coordinated prescription fraud that enabled the sale of dangerous counterfeit medications and controlled substances to customers seeking affordable healthcare solutions. When chronic illness patient Prudence discovered his website advertising her expensive medications for a fraction of the normal cost, Lysander had created detailed pharmaceutical documentation and medical licensing information that seemed to verify the legitimacy of the international pharmacy and the safety of the discounted medications. The pharmacy website included detailed licensing information and medical credentials that convinced me the international pharmacy was legitimate and properly regulated. Prudence recalled about the medication purchase that promised substantial savings on necessary prescription drugs. The customer service representative claimed to be a licensed pharmacist and provided detailed information about medication safety and international pharmacy regulations that suggested the operation was professionally managed and medically supervised. However, Prudence discovered that Lysander had been operating a comprehensive fake pharmacy fraud while selling counterfeit medications that contained dangerous ingredients or ineffective compounds that could cause serious health complications for patients relying on legitimate prescription medications for chronic medical conditions. Investigation revealed that Lysander's fake pharmacy operation had sold counterfeit medications to over 4,000 customers while generating approximately $3 million through dangerous pharmaceutical fraud that potentially endangered the health and safety of patients seeking affordable prescription medications for serious medical conditions. Our fourth story brings us to Miami, where fraudulent travel booking agent Quincy operated an online travel agency called Paradise Vacation Deals that advertised luxury resort packages and international flights at substantial discounts through exclusive partnerships and group booking arrangements. He had been running travel booking scams for 8 years and developed convincing vacation presentations that combined legitimate resort photos with fabricated partnership documentation and fake customer testimonials that created the appearance of an authorized travel agency with exclusive access to discounted vacation packages. His operation involved stolen resort imagery, sophisticated booking system fraud, and extensive fake testimonial creation that established artificial credibility for vacation packages that either didn't exist or provided significantly inferior accommodations compared to advertised luxury experiences. When vacation planner Reginald discovered his website advertising Caribbean resort packages for half the normal cost, Quincy had created detailed itineraries and partnership documentation that seemed to verify the authenticity of the travel arrangements and the legitimacy of the substantial vacation savings. The travel website featured detailed resort information and exclusive partnership agreements that convinced me the vacation packages were legitimate group booking arrangements with authorized resorts. Reginald explained about the vacation booking that promised luxury accommodations at substantial savings. The travel consultant provided detailed itineraries and confirmed all arrangements including flights, accommodations, and resort amenities that suggested the travel agency had established relationships with luxury resort partners and airline providers. But Reginald learned that Quincy had been operating a comprehensive travel booking fraud while collecting payments for vacation packages that were never arranged or provided significantly inferior accommodations that bore no resemblance to the advertised luxury resort experiences and amenities. Investigation uncovered that Quincy's fake travel operation had defrauded over 2,000 vacation seekers while collecting approximately $2.5 million for non-existent or misrepresented vacation packages that left customers with financial losses and ruined vacation plans. Our fifth story takes place in Seattle, where counterfeit software distributor Samantha managed an online software store called Digital Solutions Warehouse that specialized in selling pirated and counterfeit software programs at substantially reduced prices while claiming to offer legitimate licensing and technical support. She had been running software piracy operations for 6 years and developed sophisticated software presentation techniques that combined legitimate software documentation with fabricated licensing agreements and fake technical support credentials that convinced customers they were purchasing properly licensed software at wholesale prices. Her operation involved extensive software piracy networks, sophisticated licensing documentation fraud, and coordinated technical support impersonation that created the appearance of an authorized software distributor with legitimate access to discounted business and consumer software programs. When small business owner Sterling discovered her website advertising expensive business software for a fraction of retail prices, Samantha had created detailed licensing documentation and technical support information that seemed to verify the legitimacy of the software distribution and the authenticity of the substantial price reductions. The software website included detailed licensing agreements and technical support credentials that convinced me the software was legitimately distributed through authorized wholesale channels. Sterling recalled about the software purchase that promised substantial savings on necessary business applications. The technical support representative provided detailed installation guidance and licensing verification that suggested the software was properly licensed and fully supported through legitimate distribution arrangements and manufacturer partnerships. However, Sterling discovered that Samantha had been operating a comprehensive software piracy fraud while selling counterfeit and pirated software that contained malware, lacked proper functionality, or created legal liability for businesses using unlicensed software in their commercial operations. Investigation revealed that Samantha's counterfeit software operation had sold pirated programs to over 1,200 customers while generating approximately $800,000 through software piracy and licensing fraud that potentially exposed businesses to legal liability and security risks. Our sixth story occurs in Las Vegas, where fake supplement retailer Stephanie operated an online health store called Miracle Wellness Solutions that advertised revolutionary health supplements and weight loss products with extraordinary claims and testimonials from supposed medical professionals and satisfied customers. She had been running supplement fraud operations for 10 years and developed convincing health product presentations that combined fabricated medical research with fake doctor endorsements and manipulated before and after photos that created the appearance of scientifically proven health supplements with miraculous results. Her operation involved sophisticated health claims fabrication, extensive fake medical endorsement creation, and coordinated testimonial manipulation that established artificial credibility for supplements that provided no health benefits or contained dangerous ingredients that could cause serious health complications. When health-conscious consumer Tyler discovered her website advertising weight loss supplements that promised dramatic results without diet or exercise, Stephanie had created detailed medical research documentation and doctor endorsements that seemed to verify the scientific basis for the supplement claims and the safety of the health products. The supplement website featured extensive medical research and doctor endorsements that convinced me the weight loss products were scientifically proven and medically approved. Tyler explained about the supplement purchase that promised dramatic health improvements without lifestyle changes. The medical testimonials included detailed clinical studies and professional endorsements that suggested the supplements were researched and recommended by healthcare professionals and nutrition experts with legitimate medical credentials. But Tyler learned that Stephanie had been operating a comprehensive supplement fraud while selling unregulated products that contained dangerous ingredients or provided no health benefits while making false medical claims that exploited customers seeking health improvement and weight loss solutions. Investigation uncovered that Stephanie's fake supplement operation had sold dangerous health products to over 5,000 customers while generating approximately $4 million through health fraud and false medical claims that potentially endangered customer health and safety. Our seventh story unfolds in Atlanta, where counterfeit automotive parts seller Thaddeus established an online auto parts store called Performance Parts Direct that specialized in selling fake branded automotive components and performance modifications at substantially reduced prices while claiming to offer genuine manufacturer parts and warranties. He had been running automotive fraud operations for 9 years and developed sophisticated parts presentation techniques that combined legitimate manufacturer documentation with fabricated warranty information and fake certification logos that convinced customers they were purchasing authentic automotive parts at wholesale prices. His operation involved extensive counterfeiting networks, sophisticated packaging replication, and coordinated warranty fraud that created the appearance of an authorized parts distributor with legitimate access to discounted genuine automotive components and performance modifications. When automotive enthusiast Vanessa discovered his website advertising expensive performance parts for half the manufacturer's price, Thaddeus had created detailed specification documentation and warranty information that seemed to verify the authenticity of the automotive parts and the legitimacy of the substantial savings. The parts website featured detailed specifications and manufacturer warranties that convinced me the automotive components were genuine parts from authorized distributors. Vanessa recalled about the automotive purchase that promised authentic parts at substantial savings. The technical support representative provided detailed installation guidance and warranty coverage information that suggested the parts were properly manufactured and fully supported through legitimate distribution channels and manufacturer partnerships. However, Vanessa discovered that Thaddeus had been operating a comprehensive automotive fraud while selling counterfeit parts that failed prematurely, caused vehicle damage, or created safety hazards due to inferior materials and manufacturing that didn't meet automotive safety and performance standards. Investigation revealed that Thaddeus's counterfeit automotive operation had sold dangerous fake parts to over 800 customers while generating approximately $1.5 million through automotive fraud that potentially endangered vehicle safety and driver security. Our eighth story brings us to Portland, where fake home improvement retailer Wayne managed an online building supply store called Construction Depot Warehouse that advertised professional-grade tools and building materials at substantial discounts while claiming to offer contractor pricing and bulk purchasing advantages. He had been running home improvement scams for 7 years and developed convincing construction supply presentations that combined legitimate product specifications with fabricated contractor agreements and fake bulk purchasing documentation that created the appearance of an authorized building supply distributor with access to wholesale pricing. His operation involved stolen product imagery, sophisticated pricing manipulation, and extensive fake contractor credential creation that established artificial credibility for tools and materials that were either counterfeit, damaged, or significantly inferior to advertised professional-grade specifications. When contractor Wilhelmina discovered his website advertising professional tools for substantially below retail prices, Wayne had created detailed contractor pricing documentation and bulk purchasing agreements that seemed to verify the legitimacy of the construction supply distribution and the authenticity of the wholesale pricing. The construction website featured detailed contractor pricing and bulk purchasing agreements that convinced me the tools and materials were legitimate wholesale merchandise from authorized building supply distributors. Wilhelmina explained about the construction purchase that promised professional-grade supplies at contractor prices. The sales representative provided detailed product specifications and contractor discount verification that suggested the building supplies were properly sourced and fully supported through legitimate wholesale distribution channels and manufacturer partnerships. But Wilhelmina learned that Wayne had been operating a comprehensive home improvement fraud while selling counterfeit tools and inferior materials that failed during construction projects, caused safety hazards, or required costly replacement due to poor quality and inadequate performance specifications. Investigation uncovered that Wayne's fake construction operation had sold inferior building supplies to over 600 contractors while generating approximately $1 million through construction fraud that potentially compromised building safety and project quality. Our ninth story takes place in Chicago, where fraudulent bookseller Xerxes operated an online bookstore called Academic Text Exchange that specialized in selling counterfeit textbooks and educational materials at substantially reduced prices while claiming to offer genuine publisher editions and student pricing. He had been running educational fraud operations for 5 years and developed convincing textbook presentations that combined legitimate publisher information with fabricated student discount documentation and fake academic partnerships that created the appearance of an authorized educational distributor with access to discounted genuine textbooks. His operation involved sophisticated textbook counterfeiting, extensive publisher documentation fraud, and coordinated academic credential fabrication that established artificial credibility for educational materials that were either counterfeit reproductions or outdated editions misrepresented as current publications. When college student Yvonne discovered his website advertising required textbooks for a fraction of bookstore prices, Xerxes had created detailed publisher documentation and academic partnership information that seemed to verify the authenticity of the educational materials and the legitimacy of the student pricing. The textbook website featured detailed publisher partnerships and student discount programs that convinced me the educational materials were genuine textbooks from authorized academic distributors. Yvonne recalled about the textbook purchase that promised substantial savings on required course materials. The academic representative provided detailed course material verification and student discount confirmation that suggested the textbooks were properly published and fully supported through legitimate educational distribution channels and publisher partnerships. However, Yvonne discovered that Xerxes had been operating a comprehensive educational fraud while selling counterfeit textbooks that contained outdated information, poor print quality, or missing content that affected academic performance and course completion requirements. Investigation revealed that Xerxes' fake textbook operation had sold counterfeit educational materials to over 2,000 students while generating approximately $600,000 through academic fraud that potentially compromised educational quality and student success. Our 10th story occurs in Tampa, where fake jewelry retailer Zachariah established an online jewelry store called Precious Gems Gallery that advertised genuine precious metals and gemstones at substantially reduced prices while claiming to offer estate jewelry and wholesale pricing through exclusive partnerships. He had been running jewelry fraud operations for 12 years and developed sophisticated jewelry presentations that combined legitimate gemological documentation with fabricated authenticity certificates and fake appraisal information that convinced customers they were purchasing genuine precious jewelry at estate sale prices. His operation involved extensive jewelry counterfeiting networks, sophisticated certification fraud, and coordinated appraisal manipulation that created the appearance of an authorized precious metals dealer with legitimate access to discounted genuine jewelry and gemstones. When jewelry enthusiast Adelaide discovered his website advertising diamond rings for substantially below retail prices, Zachariah had created detailed gemological documentation and authenticity certificates that seemed to verify the genuine nature of the precious jewelry and the legitimacy of the estate sale pricing. The jewelry website featured detailed gemological certificates and appraisal documentation that convinced me the diamonds and precious metals were genuine estate jewelry from authorized dealers. Adelaide explained about the jewelry purchase that promised authentic precious metals at substantial savings. The gemologist representative provided detailed authenticity verification and appraisal confirmation that suggested the jewelry was properly certified and fully documented through legitimate gemological evaluation and precious metals authentication. But Adelaide learned that Zachariah had been operating a comprehensive jewelry fraud while selling counterfeit precious metals and synthetic gemstones that were presented as genuine materials but contained inferior substances that significantly reduced their actual value and authenticity. Investigation uncovered that Zachariah's fake jewelry operation had sold counterfeit precious materials to over 900 customers while generating approximately $2 million through jewelry fraud and gemological deception. Our 11th story unfolds in Denver, where counterfeit sporting goods seller Beatrice managed an online sports equipment store called Athletic Pro Warehouse that specialized in selling fake branded athletic equipment and sportswear at substantially reduced prices while claiming to offer authentic manufacturer merchandise and professional athlete endorsements. She had been running sporting goods fraud operations for 8 years and developed convincing athletic equipment presentations that combined legitimate brand documentation with fabricated professional endorsements and fake authentication certificates that created the appearance of an authorized sporting goods distributor with access to discounted genuine athletic equipment. Her operation involved extensive counterfeiting networks, sophisticated brand replication, and coordinated endorsement fraud that established artificial credibility for athletic equipment that was either counterfeit or significantly inferior to genuine manufacturer specifications and performance standards. When competitive athlete Cornelius discovered her website advertising professional athletic equipment for half the retail price, Beatrice had created detailed authentication documentation and professional endorsements that seemed to verify the authenticity of the sporting goods and the legitimacy of the substantial savings. The athletic website featured detailed brand authentication and professional athlete endorsements that convinced me the sporting equipment was genuine merchandise from authorized athletic distributors. Cornelius recalled about the equipment purchase that promised authentic athletic gear at substantial savings. The sports representative provided detailed performance specifications and authentication verification that suggested the equipment was properly manufactured and fully supported through legitimate sporting goods distribution channels and manufacturer partnerships. However, Cornelius discovered that Beatrice had been operating a comprehensive sporting goods fraud while selling counterfeit athletic equipment that failed during competition, caused injuries, or provided inadequate protection due to inferior materials and manufacturing that didn't meet athletic safety and performance standards. Investigation revealed that Beatrice's counterfeit sporting goods operation had sold dangerous fake equipment to over 700 athletes while generating approximately $1.5 million through athletic fraud that potentially endangered athletes' safety and performance. Our 12th story brings us to Phoenix, where fake pet supply retailer Demetrius operated an online pet store called Premium Pet Paradise that advertised high-quality pet foods and accessories at substantially reduced prices while claiming to offer veterinary-recommended products and professional breeding supplies. He had been running pet supply scams for 6 years and developed convincing pet product presentations that combined legitimate veterinary information with fabricated product endorsements and fake quality certifications that created the appearance of an authorized pet supply distributor with access to veterinary-grade products at wholesale prices. His operation involved sophisticated product counterfeiting, extensive veterinary credential fraud, and coordinated quality certification fabrication that established artificial credibility for pet products that were either counterfeit or potentially dangerous to animal health and safety. When pet owner Esperanza discovered his website advertising premium pet food for substantially below retail prices, Demetrius had created detailed veterinary documentation and quality certifications that seemed to verify the safety and nutritional value of the pet products and the legitimacy of the wholesale pricing. The pet supply website featured detailed veterinary endorsements and quality certifications that convinced me the pet food was professionally recommended and nutritionally appropriate for my animals. Esperanza explained about the pet supply purchase that promised high-quality products at substantial savings. The veterinary representative provided detailed nutritional information and safety verification that suggested the pet products were properly formulated and fully endorsed through legitimate veterinary evaluation and animal nutrition expertise. But Esperanza learned that Demetrius had been operating a comprehensive pet supply fraud while selling counterfeit pet foods that contained dangerous ingredients, lacked proper nutrition, or caused health problems for animals consuming the substandard products. Investigation uncovered that Demetrius's fake pet supply operation had sold dangerous pet products to over 1,500 pet owners while generating approximately $800,000 through pet supply fraud that potentially endangered animal health and safety. Our 13th story takes place in Seattle, where fraudulent art dealer Felicity established an online art gallery called Masterpiece Collection Online that specialized in selling counterfeit artwork and prints while claiming to offer authentic pieces from established artists and gallery quality reproductions at collector prices. She had been running art fraud operations for 11 years and developed sophisticated artwork presentations that combined legitimate artist documentation with fabricated provenance certificates and fake gallery credentials that convinced customers they were purchasing authentic artwork or high-quality reproductions at investment prices. Her operation involved extensive art counterfeiting networks, sophisticated provenance fabrication, and coordinated gallery credential fraud that created the appearance of an authorized art dealer with legitimate access to authentic artwork and gallery quality reproductions. When art collector Gideon discovered her website advertising paintings from renowned artists for substantially below auction prices, Felicity had created detailed provenance documentation and gallery credentials that seemed to verify the authenticity of the artwork and the legitimacy of the collector pricing. The art gallery website featured detailed provenance certificates and gallery credentials that convinced me the paintings were authentic works from established artists with legitimate collection histories. Gideon recalled about the artwork purchase that promised authentic pieces at collector prices. The gallery representative provided detailed authentication information and provenance verification that suggested the artwork was properly documented and fully certified through legitimate art evaluation and gallery authentication processes. However, Gideon discovered that Felicity had been operating a comprehensive art fraud while selling counterfeit paintings and prints that were misrepresented as authentic artwork but contained inferior materials and reproduction techniques that significantly reduced their artistic and monetary value. Investigation revealed that Felicity's fake art operation had sold counterfeit artwork to over 400 collectors while generating approximately $3 million through art fraud and authentication deception. Our 14th story occurs in Miami, where counterfeit musical instrument seller Hector managed an online music store called Professional Music Outlet that advertised high-end musical instruments and audio equipment at substantially reduced prices while claiming to offer professional-grade equipment and musician endorsements. He had been running musical instrument fraud operations for 9 years and developed convincing music equipment presentations that combined legitimate manufacturer specifications with fabricated professional endorsements and fake quality certifications that created the appearance of an authorized music equipment distributor with access to professional-grade instruments at wholesale prices. His operation involved extensive instrument counterfeiting, sophisticated brand replication, and coordinated musician endorsement fraud that established artificial credibility for musical equipment that was either counterfeit or significantly inferior to genuine manufacturer specifications and professional performance standards. When professional musician Isadora discovered his website advertising expensive instruments for half the retail price, Hector had created detailed authentication documentation and professional endorsements that seemed to verify the quality of the musical equipment and the legitimacy of the substantial savings. The music store website featured detailed manufacturer authentication and professional musician endorsements that convinced me the instruments were genuine equipment from authorized music distributors. Isadora explained about the instrument purchase that promised professional-grade equipment at substantial savings. The music representative provided detailed performance specifications and authentication verification that suggested the instruments were properly manufactured and fully supported through legitimate music equipment distribution channels and manufacturer partnerships. But Isadora learned that Hector had been operating a comprehensive musical instrument fraud while selling counterfeit equipment that produced poor sound quality, failed during performances, or caused damage to audio systems due to inferior construction and inadequate quality control. Investigation uncovered that Hector's counterfeit music operation had sold fake instruments to over 500 musicians while generating approximately $1.5 million through musical equipment fraud that potentially compromised musical performance and professional reputation. Our 15th story unfolds in Las Vegas, where fake gaming equipment retailer Jocelyn operated an online gaming store called Elite Gaming Warehouse that specialized in selling counterfeit gaming consoles and accessories at substantially reduced prices while claiming to offer genuine manufacturer products and professional gaming endorsements. She had been running gaming equipment fraud operations for 7 years and developed convincing gaming product presentations that combined legitimate gaming documentation with fabricated professional endorsements and fake authentication certificates that created the appearance of an authorized gaming equipment distributor with access to genuine gaming products at wholesale prices. Her operation involved extensive gaming equipment counterfeiting, sophisticated brand replication, and coordinated professional gamer endorsement fraud that established artificial credibility for gaming equipment that was either counterfeit or significantly inferior to genuine manufacturer specifications and gaming performance standards. When competitive gamer Kelvin discovered her website advertising the latest gaming console for substantially below retail price, Jocelyn had created detailed authentication documentation and professional gamer endorsements that seemed to verify the authenticity of the gaming equipment and the legitimacy of the wholesale pricing. The gaming store website featured detailed manufacturer authentication and professional gamer endorsements that convinced me the gaming equipment was genuine merchandise from authorized gaming distributors. Kelvin recalled about the gaming purchase that promised authentic equipment at substantial savings. The gaming representative provided detailed performance specifications and authentication verification that suggested the gaming equipment was properly manufactured and fully supported through legitimate gaming distribution channels and manufacturer partnerships. However, Kelvin discovered that Jocelyn had been operating a comprehensive gaming equipment fraud while selling counterfeit gaming consoles that malfunctioned, lacked proper functionality, or caused damage to gaming systems due to inferior electronic components and inadequate quality control. Investigation revealed that Jocelyn's counterfeit gaming operation had sold fake gaming equipment to over 800 gamers while generating approximately $1 million through gaming fraud that potentially compromised gaming performance and electronic safety. Our 16th story brings us to Portland, where fraudulent garden supply retailer Lancelot established an online gardening store called Green Thumb Paradise that advertised rare plants and gardening equipment at substantially reduced prices while claiming to offer professional horticultural products and expert gardening guidance. He had been running gardening supply scams for 10 years and developed convincing plant and equipment presentations that combined legitimate horticultural information with fabricated expert endorsements and fake quality certifications that created the appearance of an authorized gardening supply distributor with access to rare plants and professional equipment at wholesale prices. His operation involved sophisticated plant fraud, extensive horticultural credential fabrication, and coordinated expert endorsement fraud that established artificial credibility for plants and equipment that were either counterfeit, diseased, or significantly inferior to advertised specifications and growing performance. When avid gardener Magnolia discovered his website advertising rare plant varieties for substantially below nursery prices, Lancelot had created detailed horticultural documentation and expert endorsements that seemed to verify the authenticity of the plants and the legitimacy of the wholesale pricing. The gardening website featured detailed horticultural credentials and expert endorsements that convinced me the plants were genuine varieties from authorized horticultural distributors. Magnolia explained about the plant purchase that promised rare varieties at substantial savings. The horticultural representative provided detailed growing information and authenticity verification that suggested the plants were properly cultivated and fully supported through legitimate gardening distribution channels and expert horticultural guidance. But Magnolia learned that Lancelot had been operating a comprehensive gardening supply fraud while selling diseased plants and inferior equipment that failed to grow properly, caused garden contamination, or required costly replacement due to poor quality and inadequate horticultural standards. Investigation uncovered that Lancelot's fake gardening operation had sold contaminated plants to over 600 gardeners while generating approximately $700,000 through horticultural fraud that potentially damaged gardens and plant collections. Our 17th story takes place in Chicago, where counterfeit appliance retailer Nathaniel managed an online appliance store called Home Efficiency Warehouse that specialized in selling fake branded appliances and electronics at substantially reduced prices while claiming to offer energy-efficient products and manufacturer warranties. He had been running appliance fraud operations for 8 years and developed convincing appliance presentations that combined legitimate manufacturer documentation with fabricated energy efficiency ratings and fake warranty information that created the appearance of an authorized appliance distributor with access to discounted genuine home appliances. His operation involved extensive appliance counterfeiting networks, sophisticated energy rating fabrication, and coordinated warranty fraud that established artificial credibility for appliances that were either counterfeit or significantly inferior to genuine manufacturer specifications and energy efficiency standards. When homeowner Ophelia discovered his website advertising energy-efficient appliances for half the retail price, Nathaniel had created detailed energy documentation and warranty information that seemed to verify the efficiency and reliability of the home appliances and the legitimacy of the substantial savings. The appliance website featured detailed energy efficiency ratings and manufacturer warranties that convinced me the appliances were genuine products from authorized home appliance distributors. Ophelia recalled about the appliance purchase that promised energy-efficient products at substantial savings. The appliance representative provided detailed efficiency specifications and warranty verification that suggested the appliances were properly manufactured and fully supported through legitimate appliance distribution channels and manufacturer partnerships. However, Ophelia discovered that Nathaniel had been operating a comprehensive appliance fraud while selling counterfeit appliances that consumed excessive energy, failed prematurely, or created safety hazards due to inferior electrical components and inadequate safety certifications. Investigation revealed that Nathaniel's counterfeit appliance operation had sold dangerous fake appliances to over 700 homeowners while generating approximately $2 million through appliance fraud that potentially endangered home safety and energy efficiency. Our 18th story occurs in Denver, where fake outdoor equipment retailer Percival operated an online camping store called Adventure Gear Direct that advertised professional outdoor equipment and survival gear at substantially reduced prices while claiming to offer military-grade products and expert outdoor endorsements. He had been running outdoor equipment fraud operations for 9 years and developed convincing outdoor gear presentations that combine legitimate outdoor product specifications with fabricated military endorsements and fake survival expert credentials that created the appearance of an authorized outdoor equipment distributor with access to professional-grade gear at wholesale prices. His operation involved extensive outdoor equipment counterfeiting, sophisticated military credential fabrication, and coordinated survival expert endorsement fraud that established artificial credibility for outdoor gear that was either counterfeit or significantly inferior to genuine outdoor equipment specifications and survival performance standards. When outdoor enthusiast Quintessa discovered his website advertising survival equipment for substantially below retail prices, Percival had created detailed military documentation and survival expert endorsements that seemed to verify the quality and reliability of the outdoor equipment and the legitimacy of the wholesale pricing. The outdoor store website featured detailed military endorsements and survival expert credentials that convinced me the equipment was professional-grade gear from authorized outdoor distributors. Quintessa explained about the equipment purchase that promised military-grade gear at substantial savings. The outdoor representative provided detailed performance specifications and military verification that suggested the equipment was properly manufactured and fully endorsed through legitimate outdoor distribution channels and military equipment partnerships. But Quintessa learned that Percival had been operating a comprehensive outdoor equipment fraud while selling counterfeit gear that failed during outdoor activities, provided inadequate protection, or created safety hazards due to inferior materials and manufacturing that didn't meet outdoor safety and survival standards. Investigation uncovered that Percival's counterfeit outdoor operation had sold dangerous fake equipment to over 500 outdoor enthusiasts, while generating approximately $1.5 million through outdoor equipment fraud that potentially endangered outdoor safety and survival. Our 19th story unfolds in Tampa, where fraudulent baby products retailer Roderick established an online baby store called Little Angel's Baby Boutique that specialized in selling counterfeit baby products and safety equipment at substantially reduced prices while claiming to offer pediatrician-recommended items and child safety certifications. He had been running baby product scams for 6 years and developed convincing baby product presentations that combined legitimate pediatric information with fabricated doctor endorsements and fake safety certifications that created the appearance of an authorized baby product distributor with access to pediatrician-recommended items at wholesale prices. His operation involved sophisticated baby product counterfeiting, extensive pediatric credential fraud, and coordinated safety certification fabrication that established artificial credibility for baby products that were either counterfeit or potentially dangerous to infant health and safety. When new parent Rosalind discovered his website advertising baby safety equipment for substantially below retail prices, Roderick had created detailed pediatric documentation and safety certifications that seemed to verify the safety and quality of the baby products and the legitimacy of the wholesale pricing. The baby store website featured detailed pediatrician endorsements and safety certifications that convinced me the baby products were professionally recommended and safety certified through authorized baby product distributors. Rosalind recalled about the baby product purchase that promised pediatrician-recommended items at substantial savings. The pediatric representative provided detailed safety information and certification verification that suggested the baby products were properly tested and fully endorsed through legitimate baby product evaluation and pediatric safety expertise. However, Rosalind discovered that Roderick had been operating a comprehensive baby product fraud while selling counterfeit baby items that failed safety tests, contained dangerous materials, or posed serious risks to infant health and safety due to inadequate safety standards and quality control. Investigation revealed that Roderick's fake baby product operation had sold dangerous baby items to over 1,200 parents while generating approximately $900,000 through baby product fraud that potentially endangered infant safety and child welfare. Our 20th story brings us to Phoenix, where counterfeit beauty product seller Samantha managed an online cosmetics store called Luxury Beauty Warehouse that advertised high-end cosmetics and skincare products at substantially reduced prices while claiming to offer salon-quality products and dermatologist endorsements. She had been running beauty product fraud operations for 11 years and developed convincing cosmetics presentations that combined legitimate beauty brand documentation with fabricated dermatologist endorsements and fake quality certifications that created the appearance of an authorized beauty product distributor with access to salon-quality cosmetics at wholesale prices. Her operation involved extensive cosmetics counterfeiting networks, sophisticated brand replication, and coordinated dermatologist endorsement fraud that established artificial credibility for beauty products that were either counterfeit or contained dangerous ingredients that could cause skin reactions and health complications. When beauty enthusiast Sterling discovered her website advertising luxury cosmetics for half the department store price, Samantha had created detailed quality documentation and dermatologist endorsements that seemed to verify the safety and effectiveness of the beauty products and the legitimacy of the substantial savings. The cosmetics website featured detailed dermatologist endorsements and quality certifications that convinced me the beauty products were professional-grade cosmetics from authorized beauty distributors. Sterling explained about the cosmetics purchase that promised salon-quality products at substantial savings. The beauty representative provided detailed ingredient information and dermatologist verification that suggested the cosmetics were properly formulated and fully endorsed through legitimate beauty product evaluation and dermatological safety testing. But Sterling learned that Samantha had been operating a comprehensive beauty product fraud while selling counterfeit cosmetics that contained dangerous chemicals, caused allergic reactions, or provided inadequate results due to inferior ingredients and manufacturing that didn't meet cosmetic safety and quality standards. Investigation uncovered that Samantha's counterfeit beauty operation had sold dangerous cosmetics to over 1,800 customers while generating approximately $2.5 million through beauty product fraud that potentially endangered skin, health, and cosmetic safety. Our 21st story takes place in Seattle, where fake hobby supply retailer Tabitha operated an online craft store called Creative Arts Emporium that specialized in selling counterfeit art supplies and craft materials at substantially reduced prices while claiming to offer professional-grade products and artist endorsements. She had been running hobby supply fraud operations for 7 years and developed convincing craft supply presentations that combined legitimate art product specifications with fabricated artist endorsements and fake quality certifications that created the appearance of an authorized art supply distributor with access to professional-grade materials at wholesale prices. Her operation involved extensive art supply counterfeiting, sophisticated brand replication, and coordinated artist endorsement fraud that established artificial credibility for craft supplies that were either counterfeit or significantly inferior to genuine art supply specifications and creative performance standards. When professional artist Thaddeus discovered her website advertising art supplies for substantially below retail prices, Tabitha had created detailed quality documentation and artist endorsements that seemed to verify the quality and reliability of the art supplies and the legitimacy of the wholesale pricing. The craft store website featured detailed artist endorsements and quality certifications that convinced me the art supplies were professional-grade materials from authorized art supply distributors. Thaddeus recalled about the supply purchase that promised professional-grade materials at substantial savings. The art representative provided detailed product specifications and artist verification that suggested the supplies were properly manufactured and fully endorsed through legitimate art supply distribution channels and professional artist partnerships. However, Thaddeus discovered that Tabitha had been operating a comprehensive art supply fraud while selling counterfeit materials that produced poor artistic results, contained toxic substances, or deteriorated quickly due to inferior ingredients and manufacturing that didn't meet art supply safety and quality standards. Investigation revealed that Tabitha's counterfeit art supply operation had sold dangerous craft materials to over 900 artists while generating approximately $1 million through art supply fraud that potentially compromised artistic work and creative safety. Our 22nd story occurs in Miami, where fraudulent fishing equipment retailer Trevor established an online fishing store called Angler's Paradise Outlet that advertised professional fishing gear and marine equipment at substantially reduced prices while claiming to offer tournament-grade products and professional angler endorsements. He had been running fishing equipment fraud operations for 8 years and developed convincing fishing gear presentations that combined legitimate marine product specifications with fabricated professional endorsements and fake tournament credentials that created the appearance of an authorized fishing equipment distributor with access to professional-grade gear at wholesale prices. His operation involved extensive fishing equipment counterfeiting, sophisticated marine product replication, and coordinated professional angler endorsement fraud that established artificial credibility for fishing gear that was either counterfeit or significantly inferior to genuine marine equipment specifications and fishing performance standards. When professional angler Tyler discovered his website advertising tournament fishing equipment for half the retail price, Trevor had created detailed tournament documentation and professional endorsements that seemed to verify the quality and performance of the fishing equipment and the legitimacy of the substantial savings. The fishing store website featured detailed professional angler endorsements and tournament credentials that convinced me the fishing gear was tournament-grade equipment from authorized marine distributors. Tyler explained about the equipment purchase that promised professional-grade gear at substantial savings. The marine representative provided detailed performance specifications and tournament verification that suggested the equipment was properly manufactured and fully endorsed through legitimate fishing equipment distribution channels and professional angler partnerships. But Tyler learned that Trevor had been operating a comprehensive fishing equipment fraud while selling counterfeit gear that failed during fishing activities, broke under normal use, or provided inadequate performance due to inferior materials and manufacturing that didn't meet marine equipment durability and fishing standards. Investigation uncovered that Trevor's counterfeit fishing operation had sold inferior equipment to over 600 anglers while generating approximately $800,000 through fishing equipment fraud that potentially compromised fishing success and marine safety. Our 23rd story unfolds in Las Vegas, where fake security equipment retailer Ursula managed an online security store called Home Protection Systems that specialized in selling counterfeit security cameras and alarm systems at substantially reduced prices while claiming to offer professional-grade security products and law enforcement endorsements. She had been running security equipment fraud operations for 9 years and developed convincing security product presentations that combined legitimate security specifications with fabricated law enforcement endorsements and fake security certifications that created the appearance of an authorized security equipment distributor with access to professional-grade systems at wholesale prices. Her operation involved extensive security equipment counterfeiting, sophisticated surveillance product replication, and coordinated law enforcement endorsement fraud that established artificial credibility for security systems that were either counterfeit or significantly inferior to genuine security equipment specifications and protection performance standards. When homeowner Valentino discovered her website advertising security systems for substantially below retail prices, Ursula had created detailed security documentation and law enforcement endorsements that seemed to verify the effectiveness and reliability of the security equipment and the legitimacy of the wholesale pricing. The security store website featured detailed law enforcement endorsements and security certifications that convinced me the security systems were professional-grade equipment from authorized security distributors. Valentino recalled about the security purchase that promised professional-grade systems at substantial savings. The security representative provided detailed protection specifications and law enforcement verification that suggested the equipment was properly manufactured and fully endorsed through legitimate security equipment distribution channels and law enforcement partnerships. However, Valentino discovered that Ursula had been operating a comprehensive security equipment fraud while selling counterfeit systems that failed to provide adequate protection, malfunctioned during security incidents, or contained vulnerabilities that could compromise home security due to inferior electronic components and inadequate security standards. Investigation revealed that Ursula's counterfeit security operation had sold dangerous security equipment to over 700 homeowners while generating approximately $1.5 million through security equipment fraud that potentially compromised home protection and personal safety. Our 24th story brings us to Denver, where counterfeit kitchen equipment retailer Wilhelmina operated an online kitchen store called Culinary Pro Warehouse that advertised professional kitchen appliances and cookware at substantially reduced prices while claiming to offer restaurant-quality, products and chef endorsements. She had been running kitchen equipment fraud operations for 10 years and developed convincing culinary product presentations that combine legitimate kitchen equipment specifications with fabricated chef endorsements and fake restaurant certifications that created the appearance of an authorized kitchen equipment distributor with access to professional-grade culinary products at wholesale prices. Her operation involved extensive kitchen equipment counterfeiting, sophisticated culinary product replication, and coordinated chef endorsement fraud that established artificial credibility for kitchen equipment that was either counterfeit or significantly inferior to genuine culinary equipment specifications and cooking performance standards. When professional chef Xerxes discovered her website advertising restaurant kitchen equipment for half the retail price, Wilhelmina had created detailed culinary documentation and chef endorsements that seemed to verify the quality and performance of the kitchen equipment and the legitimacy of the substantial savings. The kitchen store website featured detailed chef endorsements and restaurant certifications that convinced me the kitchen equipment was restaurant-quality merchandise from authorized culinary distributors. Xerxes explained about the equipment purchase that promised professional-grade culinary tools at substantial savings. The culinary representative provided detailed performance specifications and chef verification that suggested the equipment was properly manufactured and fully endorsed through legitimate kitchen equipment distribution channels and professional chef partnerships. But Xerxes learned that Wilhelmina had been operating a comprehensive kitchen equipment fraud while selling counterfeit appliances that failed during cooking, posed safety hazards, or provided inadequate performance due to inferior materials and manufacturing that didn't meet culinary safety and cooking standards. Investigation uncovered that Wilhelmina's counterfeit kitchen operation had sold dangerous cooking equipment to over 800 chefs and home cooks, while generating approximately $2 million through kitchen equipment fraud that potentially compromised cooking safety and culinary performance. Our 25th story takes place in Phoenix, where fake fitness equipment retailer Yvonne established an online fitness store called Athletic Performance Warehouse that specialized in selling counterfeit exercise equipment and fitness accessories at substantially reduced prices while claiming to offer gym-quality products and personal trainer endorsements. She had been running fitness equipment fraud operations for 7 years and developed convincing exercise product presentations that combined legitimate fitness equipment specifications with fabricated trainer endorsements and fake gym certifications that created the appearance of an authorized fitness equipment distributor with access to professional-grade exercise products at wholesale prices. Her operation involved extensive fitness equipment counterfeiting, sophisticated exercise product replication, and coordinated trainer endorsement fraud that established artificial credibility for fitness equipment that was either counterfeit or significantly inferior to genuine exercise equipment specifications and fitness performance standards. When personal trainer Zachariah discovered her website advertising gym equipment for substantially below retail prices, Yvonne had created detailed fitness documentation and trainer endorsements that seemed to verify the quality and safety of the exercise equipment and the legitimacy of the wholesale pricing. The fitness store website featured detailed trainer endorsements and gym certifications that convinced me the exercise equipment was gym-quality merchandise from authorized fitness distributors. Zachariah recalled about the equipment purchase that promised professional-grade fitness tools at substantial savings. The fitness representative provided detailed safety specifications and trainer verification that suggested the equipment was properly manufactured and fully endorsed through legitimate fitness equipment distribution channels and professional trainer partnerships. However, Zachariah discovered that Yvonne had been operating a comprehensive fitness equipment fraud while selling counterfeit exercise machines that broke during workouts, caused injuries, or provided inadequate resistance due to inferior construction and manufacturing that didn't meet fitness safety and exercise standards. Investigation revealed that Yvonne's counterfeit fitness operation had sold dangerous exercise equipment to over 900 fitness enthusiasts while generating approximately $1.5 million through fitness equipment fraud that potentially compromised workout safety and exercise effectiveness. Our 26th story occurs in Seattle, where fraudulent cleaning supply retailer Adelaide managed an online cleaning store called Professional Cleaning Solutions that advertised commercial-grade cleaning products and janitorial supplies at substantially reduced prices while claiming to offer industrial-strength products and facility management endorsements. She had been running cleaning supply fraud operations for 8 years and developed convincing cleaning product presentations that combined legitimate commercial cleaning specifications with fabricated facility management endorsements and fake industrial certifications that created the appearance of an authorized cleaning supply distributor with access to professional-grade products at wholesale prices. Her operation involved extensive cleaning product counterfeiting, sophisticated commercial product replication, and coordinated facility management endorsement fraud that established artificial credibility for cleaning supplies that were either counterfeit or significantly inferior to genuine commercial cleaning specifications and sanitation performance standards. When facility manager Beatrice discovered her website advertising industrial cleaning products for half the commercial price, Adelaide had created detailed commercial documentation and facility endorsements that seemed to verify the effectiveness and safety of the cleaning products and the legitimacy of the wholesale pricing. The cleaning store website featured detailed facility management endorsements and industrial certifications that convinced me the cleaning products were commercial-grade supplies from authorized janitorial distributors. Beatrice explained about the supply purchase that promised industrial-strength products at substantial savings. The commercial representative provided detailed effectiveness specifications and facility verification that suggested the products were properly formulated and fully endorsed through legitimate cleaning supply distribution channels and facility management partnerships. But Beatrice learned that Adelaide had been operating a comprehensive cleaning supply fraud while selling counterfeit products that failed to provide adequate sanitation, contained dangerous chemicals, or caused facility damage due to inferior formulations and manufacturing that didn't meet commercial cleaning safety and effectiveness standards. Investigation uncovered that Adelaide's counterfeit cleaning operation had sold dangerous cleaning products to over 600 facilities while generating approximately $1 million through cleaning supply fraud that potentially compromised facility sanitation and worker safety. Our 27th story unfolds in Tampa, where fake automotive accessory retailer Cornelius operated an online auto accessory store called Custom Car Warehouse that specialized in selling counterfeit automotive parts and accessories at substantially reduced prices while claiming to offer performance-grade products and racing endorsements. He had been running automotive accessory fraud operations for 9 years and developed convincing car accessory presentations that combined legitimate automotive specifications with fabricated racing endorsements and fake performance certifications that created the appearance of an authorized automotive accessory distributor with access to performance-grade products at wholesale prices. His operation involved extensive automotive accessory counterfeiting, sophisticated car product replication, and coordinated racing endorsement fraud that established artificial credibility for automotive accessories that were either counterfeit or significantly inferior to genuine automotive specifications and performance standards. When car enthusiast Delphine discovered his website advertising performance accessories for substantially below retail prices, Cornelius had created detailed automotive documentation and racing endorsements that seemed to verify the quality and performance of the car accessories and the legitimacy of the wholesale pricing. The auto accessory website featured detailed racing endorsements and performance certifications that convinced me the automotive accessories were performance-grade products from authorized automotive distributors. Delphine recalled about the accessory purchase that promised performance-grade products at substantial savings. The automotive representative provided detailed performance specifications and racing verification that suggested the accessories were properly manufactured and fully endorsed through legitimate automotive distribution channels and racing partnerships. However, Delphine discovered that Cornelius had been operating a comprehensive automotive accessory fraud while selling counterfeit parts that failed during driving, caused vehicle damage, or provided inadequate performance due to inferior materials and manufacturing that didn't meet automotive safety and performance standards. Investigation revealed that Cornelius's counterfeit automotive operation had sold dangerous car accessories to over 700 vehicle owners while generating approximately $1.5 million through automotive accessory fraud that potentially compromised vehicle safety and driving performance. Our 28th story brings us to Chicago, where counterfeit tool retailer Esperanza established an online tool store called Professional Tool Outlet that advertised professional-grade tools and equipment at substantially reduced prices while claiming to offer contractor-quality products and trade professional endorsements. She had been running tool fraud operations for 11 years and developed convincing tool presentations that combined legitimate tool specifications with fabricated trade endorsements and fake professional certifications that created the appearance of an authorized tool distributor with access to contractor-grade tools at wholesale prices. Her operation involved extensive tool counterfeiting networks, sophisticated professional tool replication, and coordinated trade endorsement fraud that established artificial credibility for tools that were either counterfeit or significantly inferior to genuine professional tool specifications and work performance standards. When professional contractor Gideon discovered her website advertising professional tools for half the retail price, Esperanza had created detailed professional documentation and trade endorsements that seemed to verify the quality and durability of the tools and the legitimacy of the substantial savings. The tool store website featured detailed trade endorsements and professional certifications that convinced me the tools were contractor-grade equipment from authorized professional tool distributors. Gideon explained about the tool purchase that promised professional-grade tools at substantial savings. The professional representative provided detailed durability specifications and trade verification that suggested the tools were properly manufactured and fully endorsed through legitimate tool distribution channels and trade professional partnerships. But Gideon learned that Esperanza had been operating a comprehensive tool fraud while selling counterfeit tools that broke during construction work, caused project delays, or provided inadequate performance due to inferior metals and manufacturing that didn't meet professional tool durability and work standards. Investigation uncovered that Esperanza's counterfeit tool operation had sold inferior tools to over 800 contractors while generating approximately $2 million through tool fraud that potentially compromised construction quality and work safety. Our 29th story takes place in Phoenix, where fake computer equipment retailer Hector managed an online computer store called Tech Components Direct that specialized in selling counterfeit computer parts and accessories at substantially reduced prices while claiming to offer professional-grade components and IT endorsements. He had been running computer equipment fraud operations for 6 years and developed convincing computer component presentations that combined legitimate technology specifications with fabricated IT endorsements and fake performance certifications that created the appearance of an authorized computer component distributor with access to professional-grade technology at wholesale prices. His operation involved extensive computer component counterfeiting, sophisticated technology product replication, and coordinated IT endorsement fraud that established artificial credibility for computer parts that were either counterfeit or significantly inferior to genuine technology specifications and computing performance standards. When IT professional Isadora discovered his website advertising computer components for substantially below retail prices, Hector had created detailed technology documentation and IT endorsements that seemed to verify the quality and performance of the computer parts and the legitimacy of the wholesale pricing. The computer store website featured detailed IT endorsements and performance certifications that convinced me the computer components were professional-grade technology from authorized IT distributors. Isadora recalled about the component purchase that promised professional-grade technology at substantial savings. The technology representative provided detailed performance specifications and IT verification that suggested the components were properly manufactured and fully endorsed through legitimate computer distribution channels and IT professional partnerships. However, Isadora discovered that Hector had been operating a comprehensive computer equipment fraud while selling counterfeit components that failed during operation, caused system crashes, or provided inadequate performance due to inferior electronic materials and manufacturing that didn't meet technology reliability and computing standards. Investigation revealed that Hector's counterfeit computer operation had sold dangerous computer parts to over 1,100 IT professionals while generating approximately $1.5 million through computer equipment fraud that potentially compromised system reliability and data security. Our 30th story occurs in Las Vegas, where fraudulent wine retailer Jocelyn operated an online wine store called Premium Vintage Collection that advertised rare wines and vintage bottles at substantially reduced prices while claiming to offer collector-quality wines and sommelier endorsements. She had been running wine fraud operations for 12 years and developed convincing wine presentations that combined legitimate wine documentation with fabricated sommelier endorsements and fake vintage certifications that created the appearance of an authorized wine distributor with access to collector-quality vintages at wholesale prices. Her operation involved extensive wine counterfeiting networks, sophisticated bottle replication, and coordinated sommelier endorsement fraud that established artificial credibility for wines that were either counterfeit or significantly inferior to genuine vintage specifications and wine quality standards. When wine collector Kelvin discovered her website advertising rare vintage wines for half the auction price, Jocelyn had created detailed vintage documentation and sommelier endorsements that seemed to verify the authenticity and quality of the wines and the legitimacy of the collector pricing. The wine store website featured detailed sommelier endorsements and vintage certifications that convinced me the wines were collector-quality vintages from authorized wine distributors. Kelvin explained about the wine purchase that promised rare vintages at substantial savings. The wine representative provided detailed provenance information and sommelier verification that suggested the wines were properly stored and fully authenticated through legitimate wine distribution channels and sommelier partnerships. But Kelvin learned that Jocelyn had been operating a comprehensive wine fraud while selling counterfeit wines that were either completely fake or inferior vintages misrepresented as rare bottles, providing no investment value or authentic wine experience. Investigation uncovered that Jocelyn's counterfeit wine operation had sold fake vintage wines to over 400 collectors while generating approximately $3 million through wine fraud and vintage deception. Our 31st story unfolds in Denver, where fake watch retailer Lancelot established an online watch store called Luxury Timepiece Warehouse that specialized in selling counterfeit luxury watches and timepieces at substantially reduced prices while claiming to offer authentic designer watches and collector endorsements. He had been running watch fraud operations for 10 years and developed convincing timepiece presentations that combined legitimate watch documentation with fabricated collector endorsements and fake authenticity certificates that created the appearance of an authorized luxury watch distributor with access to authentic designer timepieces at wholesale prices. His operation involved extensive watch counterfeiting networks, sophisticated timepiece replication, and coordinated collector endorsement fraud that established artificial credibility for watches that were either counterfeit or significantly inferior to genuine luxury watch specifications and timekeeping standards. When watch collector Magnolia discovered his website advertising luxury watches for substantially below retail prices, Lancelot had created detailed authenticity documentation and collector endorsements that seemed to verify the genuineness and quality of the timepieces and the legitimacy of the wholesale pricing. The watch store website featured detailed collector endorsements and authenticity certificates that convinced me the watches were genuine luxury timepieces from authorized watch distributors. Magnolia recalled about the watch purchase that promised authentic designer watches at substantial savings. The watch representative provided detailed authentication information and collector verification that suggested the timepieces were properly certified and fully authenticated through legitimate watch distribution channels and collector partnerships. However, Magnolia discovered that Lancelot had been operating a comprehensive watch fraud while selling counterfeit timepieces that failed to keep accurate time, broke quickly, or contained inferior movements that provided no investment value or authentic luxury experience. Investigation revealed that Lancelot's counterfeit watch operation had sold fake luxury timepieces to over 600 collectors while generating approximately $2.5 million through watch fraud and authenticity deception. Our 30-second story brings us to Miami, where fraudulent collectibles dealer Nathaniel managed an online collectibles store called Rare Treasures Marketplace that advertised authentic collectibles and memorabilia at substantially reduced prices while claiming to offer certified authentic items and collector endorsements. He had been running collectibles fraud operations for 9 years and developed convincing memorabilia presentations that combined legitimate collectible documentation with fabricated authentication certificates and fake collector endorsements that created the appearance of an authorized collectibles dealer with access to authenticated items at wholesale prices. His operation involved extensive collectibles counterfeiting, sophisticated memorabilia replication, and coordinated collector endorsement fraud that established artificial credibility for collectibles that were either counterfeit or significantly inferior to genuine collectible specifications and authentication standards. When memorabilia collector Ophelia discovered his website advertising rare collectibles for half the auction price, Nathaniel had created detailed authentication documentation and collector endorsements that seemed to verify the authenticity and value of the memorabilia and the legitimacy of the collector pricing. The collectibles website featured detailed collector endorsements and authentication certificates that convinced me the memorabilia was certified authentic from authorized collectibles dealers. Ophelia explained about the collectible purchase that promised authenticated items at substantial savings. The collectibles representative provided detailed provenance information and authentication verification that suggested the items were properly certified and fully authenticated through legitimate collectibles distribution channels and collector partnerships. But Ophelia learned that Nathaniel had been operating a comprehensive collectibles fraud while selling counterfeit memorabilia that was either completely fake or reproductions misrepresented as authentic collectibles, providing no investment value or genuine collecting experience. Investigation uncovered that Nathaniel's counterfeit collectibles operation had sold fake memorabilia to over 500 collectors while generating approximately $1.5 million through collectibles fraud and authentication deception. Our 33rd story concludes in Seattle, where comprehensive online shopping fraud mastermind Percival operated a massive e-commerce criminal enterprise called Ultimate Shopping Network that coordinated multiple fraudulent online stores across different product categories to maximize criminal profits while creating devastating financial consequences for thousands of victims who lost money purchasing counterfeit, inferior, or non-existent products through sophisticated online shopping deception. He had been running comprehensive online shopping fraud operations for 15 years and developed sophisticated criminal coordination techniques that combined multiple product fraud schemes, including electronics fraud, luxury goods fraud, pharmaceutical fraud, and collectibles fraud to create comprehensive e-commerce exploitation that maximized criminal profits while creating devastating consequences for victims whose trust in online shopping had been systematically exploited and violated. His criminal enterprise involved extensive counterfeiting networks, sophisticated website creation systems, and comprehensive victim exploitation that targeted complete online shopping profiles for maximum criminal profit while creating devastating long-term consequences that affected victims' financial security, product safety, and trust in legitimate e-commerce through systematic online shopping destruction and exploitation. When victims across multiple states, including teacher Quintessa, nurse Roderick, and retiree Samantha discovered that they had been systematically exploited through coordinated online shopping fraud that affected every aspect of their purchasing experiences. Percival's comprehensive e-commerce fraud enterprise had been conducting massive online shopping exploitation that created devastating consequences requiring years of financial recovery efforts and extensive legal intervention to begin restoring their compromised financial security and damaged trust in online commerce. I discovered that my complete online shopping experience had been systematically exploited through coordinated criminal activities that affected my electronics purchases, luxury goods acquisitions, and specialty product orders, creating devastating financial consequences that required years of recovery efforts. Quintessa explained about the comprehensive online shopping fraud that created extensive life-altering financial consequences affecting every aspect of e-commerce participation and consumer trust. The comprehensive online shopping fraud and systematic exploitation created devastating long-term financial consequences that affected every aspect of my consumer experience, including product quality, financial security, and trust in legitimate retailers, requiring extensive legal intervention and years of recovery efforts to begin rebuilding my financial stability after systematic criminal exploitation. However, these victims learned that Percival had been operating the largest comprehensive online shopping fraud enterprise in e-commerce history while coordinating multiple fraudulent stores that systematically exploited consumer trust for maximum criminal profit while creating devastating long-term consequences that affected thousands of victims whose entire online shopping experiences had been systematically compromised and exploited through coordinated criminal activities. Investigation revealed that Percival's comprehensive online shopping fraud enterprise had systematically exploited over 20,000 consumers while generating approximately $100 million through coordinated criminal activities, creating devastating long-term consequences for victims who faced years of financial recovery efforts and extensive legal intervention to begin restoring their systematically compromised financial security and rebuilding their trust and legitimacy. Commerce after comprehensive criminal exploitation that affected every aspect of their online shopping and consumer experiences. Thank you for joining me tonight on Drowsy Tales Daily, and may these stories guide you into peaceful sleep with renewed awareness of the importance of online shopping security and protecting yourself from fraudulent retailers who would exploit your trust during convenient digital purchasing moments. Sweet dreams, and I'll see you tomorrow night for another collection of fascinating Reddit stories designed to help you drift off to sleep.